Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Gaming Stooges Talks podcast. We are the Gaming Stooges.
I'm Jack.
You can call me Cloud.
And I'm Landon.
We hope you enjoyed today's discussion, and if you do, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, following us on Twitch, or joining our Discord. Let's get on with the show.
We're going to take you back to the past again. We're going to talk about another year in retrospective. This time we're going all the way back to 2001. This was a poll that we put on our Patreon and won pretty handily. So we're going to do that. We'll come back around to the other option from that poll another time, which was 1997. 2001 is a packed year for games, and as we always like to do with our little year in reviews and retrospectives, we are going to go back and just kind of go over a bunch of what we considered major releases for us. I put a bunch of notable releases in a Google document, as well as a couple just gaming related big moments. We are going to try and make this as brief as possible going through each individual one, though, and there is a lot to talk about. We have a usual smash, pass, or piss sort of thing where we're going to say, if we want to say anything about it, we can say smash, but otherwise we're going to try and just keep stuff moving. But this is a year you'll find has a lot of shit. So starting off January, the very first thing we have on the 4th is the original release of RuneScape.
Hell yeah, brother.
Known
Smash.
As RuneScape Classic at the time. It was the first version of RuneScape. This is Smash. I did not play. I don't know if any of us played this iteration of RuneScape. I think by the time we all played
did not.
It was RuneScape 2, but it's still, this is RuneScape.
For that, it gets a pass.
Yeah.
Because it's not old school.
It's not,
RuneScape, it's classic.
Yeah, this is RuneScape Classic. Old school RuneScape is 2007 RuneScape.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's based on RuneScape 2 instead of RuneScape 3, which is the current one. But yeah. RuneScape.
Yeah.
On the 10th, we had a double header of Mega Man releases. There was the Game Boy Color game Mega Man Extreme, and there was Mega Man 64, which is the N64 port of Mega Man Legends, which came out several years after the PS1 game. So I put it here. That we won't do that for every major port, but this one was several years out. So if it is distance-wise, we'll throw it in there. We got 2 Mega Man games. Pass, though. I haven't played either of these.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, pass.
All right. Next, we had a decent PS2 release. Also on PC, I did not realize this, but on the 29th, we had the release of Oni. I remember this game existing, and that is it. Pass.
I know it by name only.
Yep. I recognize it.
Pass.
This next one is me being a little greedy, but on the 30th, we had the PS1 port of a PC game called Darkstone. I played this. It's it's an adventure game, RPG, Western style, kind of like Gauntlet Dark Legacy, which is later in this, and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, but back in 2001. So pretty interesting.
Neat.
I doubt you guys have played this.
Nope.
Okay.
I think I played a little bit of a version of it.
It's been released on other platforms.
I watched someone play it.
It's on. I think it might actually be on Steam. I know it's on mobile. You can get it on mobile.
Yeah.
So.
Because it was a 99. It was PC. It was released in 99, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I feel like I've seen some of it. I mean, it's Darkstone, so.
Yeah. It is an early game of its
classic.
genre. Yeah. We got 2 other releases, though, on the 30th as well. There was Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast. That is a big one.
Smash.
I haven't played this game, but this is huge.
I have. I played a little bit of it. It is fun. It's crazy that they had online games. The Dreamcast had some pretty substantial online games, and this is being one of them.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is you can still play it, even though it was technically an online-only game, because there's an offline server that you can connect to.
Yep.
And essentially just play offline. I played a little bit of it. A lot of fun.
2025 games doing that sort of thing? Couldn't be.
Yep.
Nope.
We also had the release of Rayman 2, The Great Escape, which was the PS2 port. It came out several years after Rayman 2, so I just figured this is the first in a long lineage of Rayman 2 going to another system.
Yep.
And for that, pass.
It's a good game, but I haven't played this version of it. Pass.
And then at the end of the month on the 31st, we had Mega Man X5 on the PS1. Actually, the first Mega Man X game in a bit, because Mega Man X4 was a while back. It was last gen. This is not the only Mega Man X game on this thing. Yeah. So
no, it is not. No, it is not.
We had Mega Man Extreme.
This one gets a Smash. This is.
I heard it's good.
X5 is a good game.
It was supposed to be the conclusion of the series, and then
it should have been. It should have been.
Al, go ahead.
The world we live in.
Alan, tell us in the comments how you feel about Mega Man X5 if you played it. We're going to move on to February. There's only 2 major releases that I could kind of find. And the first one is actually a pretty big one. On the 5th,
big
for the N64, Paper Mario. Yeah.
Smash. I'll say it for you.
Smash.
The long hovering of the hand over the invisible smash button that doesn't exist.
Actually, one of the best games that came out this year, honestly.
By far, this is it. I don't think there's a better game.
Al only played the first X games. The first 4 X games.
That's fair, honestly.
Yeah. Name
Paper
a
Mario.
better game this entire year. I'll wait.
There's a lot of contenders, but this is Landon's favorite game, so nothing's beating that for him.
I'll find one that I like more than this one, because I don't think it's my favorite game that came out this year, but we'll see.
And then on Valentine's Day, the 14th, there was a Game Boy Color port of Dragon's Lair. I thought that was really interesting, considering Dragon's Lair was known as such an evolutionary leap in its genre back in 1983, and they managed to fit it on a Game Boy cartridge 20 years later. Pretty cool.
I can't imagine it's like that much. I have no idea how this game looks, but like knowing how the arcade title looks.
Yeah. It does not look as good.
No.
We'll say that.
No.
In March, there was a lot of shit that came out in March. They were really trying to make that fiscal year end happen. On the 5th, we had Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64. As you can see, the N64 and the PlayStation 1 did still have a very busy year this year.
For sure.
I did not play Conker's Bad Fur Day.
We're still in pre-GameCube, so there are still going to be a decent amount of 64 games until we get to the very end of the year.
Yep. They're supported N64 right up to the end. Anything for Conker's Bad Fur Day for you guys? I actually haven't played this.
I like it. It's not my favorite game, but it's pretty good. It's kind of bullshit hard in some segments, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It is the poop monster. That's all I know.
Same. On the 6th, we had 2 releases. The first was actually a port of the arcade game Dance Dance Revolution. This is the first console Dance Dance Revolution.
Smash.
So, pretty big deal.
Pass.
Also pass, though. Never played
this version. I haven't played this version, but I mean, it's Dance Dance Revolution, so...
Yeah.
My girlfriend's a huge fan of Dance Dance Revolution.
If you've played one, if you've played them all, but like the first home console DDR is pretty crazy.
Exactly. That's why I put it here. Released on PlayStation 1. I don't remember if I mentioned that specifically.
Yeah.
And then also on the 6th, we had on the PS2, The Bouncer.
I've never heard of this game.
It is a square. It is a square game that has the same like Tetsuya Nomura style, but it's a beat 'em up, and it's very short. Go look it up. There's video reviews on it. It's kind of stupid, but I put it there.
A Yakuza ripoff?
Sort of. Yeah.
It kind of looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the top Google searches for this game, with The Bouncer parentheses PS2, is a Reddit thread that is just titled "The Bouncer PS2 is neither misunderstood or a gem."
Wow.
So, I think that sums it up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pass.
There you go.
Pass.
On the 13th, we had 2 more releases in the same day. We had Daytona USA 2001 for the Dreamcast, which was a pretty cool racing game.
Daytona!
But pass.
Smash.
I'm playing
Smash.
I wish I did.
This is a good one.
I think I might have played
This is good.
If this is based on... Yeah, no, I've definitely played the arcade version of this game that this is based on, but I've never played it on Dreamcast.
It's really good.
So, I never mind what I said. If we're considering that, Smash.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is good. And also, we had the first Unreal Tournament. This was a Dreamcast port of the PC game. PS2 port came next month. But Unreal Tournament. It was a very popular PC game, and it came to consoles this year. I just put it there because
Dreamcast
Unreal Tournament
had... This is like a surprisingly solid year for the Dreamcast.
Yeah. This is the Dreamcast.
Considering it's a dead console.
Until it just straight up dies halfway through.
This is the Dreamcast final year, and it definitely does not go out with a whimper. It goes out guns blazing.
So. Oh, yeah. No, there are some good Dreamcast games all the way up until the end.
Even past the technical end, too, as we'll see.
Yeah.
On the 14th, the following day in March, we had Onimusha Warlords on the PS2, which is one of many Koei games, I believe. I did not.
Is it a Capcom?
That might be Capcom. Is it Capcom? I did not put. I don't know why I didn't put a note for this. I figured I would have known more. I would have remembered better about this game in specific. I don't know why.
I've never played it.
It is. I remember it being
published by Capcom.
It is okay. I do remember this being like a notable release for early 2001, since PS2 was still kind of getting the ball rolling. This was like a game that got some attention on it. 6 days later, we had on the 20th, I put this specifically for its niche, we had Aiden Chronicles, the First Mage on N64. It was one of the very few RPGs for the system. It also is not very good from what I know. It's like kind of average.
It's no Quest 64, and that's all that matters.
And 64 RPGs, unfortunately, did not have the best time. There was not a lot, and the only good one that is like dedicated RPG is probably Paper Mario, and that's it.
Oh, this is a friggin' H2O Entertainment THQ game. No wonder I've never heard of it.
Yep. On the 21st, we had the release of Serious Sam on PC. That was a... you got Serious Sam?
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
On the 20th... Yeah, me neither.
Pass.
On the 26th, we had on the N64 Pokemon Stadium 2.
Yeah! Let's go! Smash!
I love this game.
Just for the mini games.
The quiz, and I guess the Gym Leader Tower is cool, but the quiz and the mini games.
The mini games are so fucking good. It's kind of insane how good.
What's your favorite mini game from Pokemon Stadium 2? Because mine is the counting one with the Cleffa and Pichu, because it's the way they bounce up and down and the little buzzer goes is the funniest thing to me. I love it.
Honestly, probably the Furret Pokeball sorting game. That's one of my favorites.
You have a favorite mini game for Pokemon Stadium 2?
I didn't own this one, so I really don't have a whole lot of attachment. I played a little bit of it through other people. So
I rented this. I played the shit out of it.
Al says he likes the Hitmontop ones. Oh, no, wait. I think my favorite actually has to be the fucking Scyther and Pinsir cutting game. Yeah.
There's a way to get a Scizor as well, but you have to have a game cartridge that has a Scizor. It's pretty cool.
Oh, wait, was that in the first game?
No.
Never mind. Well, let's move on.
No. On the 27th, we had the release of Black and White on PC, which was a game directed by Peter Molyneux. He would go on to direct a bunch of other notable games later on in the decade, but
The only reason why I know about this game is because Justin mentioned it on an episode at one point.
Yeah.
I think it was our top games of the 2000s.
Yeah, I think
was he here
you're
for
exactly right. Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That wasn't a podcast episode. That was just a YouTube video discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. And then on the 28th, we had the release of Zone of the Enders on PS2, which is a game directed by Hideo Kojima. I don't remember this game super well, but haven't played it. I do remember it a little bit, vaguely, like in magazines and stuff. Unfortunately, as I was mentioning, alluding to, on the 31st of March, the production of the Sega Dreamcast was discontinued, ended here. It was announced 2 months previously in January, but this is like the final nail, and Sega's no longer a hardware manufacturer. They are now a third-party company. So big turning point for Sega. This is not the end of Dreamcast games, by the way, but it is them like saying we're not making new Dreamcast games besides what we're coming out with, and we're not, like, Dreamcast is done. So rip Sega, but also welcome to third-party Sega.
They do fine. It's okay.
They do fine. They're one of the biggest third-party companies like ever now. So seems it worked out. Jack, your thoughts?
I mean, it sucks that it ended so early, but
yeah. We've talked a lot about this on our Discord, so I think we're kind of like talked out about Sega exiting hardware.
Yeah, it's like, it's what more is else there to say? It's like, I don't fucking remember when this happened. I was a baby. I mean, I wasn't a baby. I was 6, but like I was not paying attention to the world of video games this early on.
I was
like
9.
The greater world, anyway.
I was 9, and I only vaguely knew about the Dreamcast through ads. And I was already like moved on from the Dreamcast, or Sega as a whole at this point. Like I played Genesis stuff, and then like I was on PlayStation and Nintendo going forward. So like for me, this was like, I was a kid. I didn't care. Like, but you know, it is a big moment. April, we got a few notable releases, but not nearly as much as March. On the 3rd, there was a release of Digimon World 2 on the PS1. Digimon was pretty big on the PlayStation, and this is the second entry of the World Trilogy that you can find there. So yeah.
Since we didn't do a Let's Play, Smash.
This one's a little weird. It's like more of like a weird like dungeon crawler with like party-based random battles. I don't know why. I don't know. On the 9th, there was 2 games that came out, both of them from our good old friends at Nintendo. First was Dr. Mario 64 on N64. Never played it.
Never played it.
Neat.
It's Dr. Mario, I'm sure.
And then on the Game Boy Color, we had Kirby Tilt and Tumble, which, as the name suggests, the cartridges, yes, they were like made so that they could do like a thing with like motion controls. It's weird.
It had a Euroscope.
A Euroscope.
A Euroscope. A gyroscope. Yeah.
Yep.
And then on the 13th of April, yes, there was like nothing else after this that like caught my eye. We had The Simpsons Wrestling on the PS1, and it is here because it is infamously known as Very Bad Game. And,
hell yeah!
You gotta have your infamously bad games here at GamingStooges on your.
You know what? I can't even say this is a pass because I played this. This is a piss. This game is bad.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I went out of my way to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not sorry.
It's his own fault.
Yeah.
Point and laugh at him.
Ha 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 ha!
Like The Simpsons.
The month of May only had about the same amount as April, like one more I managed to find. The second, I did mention, there was a game called Gauntlet Dark Legacy. It was popular in arcades. Well, it started getting ported to consoles. The PS2 port happened on May 2nd. It would be released elsewhere.
This one's a good one.
This would be released elsewhere on GameCube. That's where I would play it. I would say Smash. This game is a lot of fun with a friend. I remember playing as a blue dwarf. Blue dwarf needs food badly.
It's a good one. I'll say, I mean, for just the console port in general, because I doubt when we get around to when it's on the Cube, unless is it listed this year?
It didn't come out on the Cube until 2002.
And then we probably, if we ever do a 2002 episode, won't talk about it then. So Smash.
Yeah.
Gauntlets, I mean...
It's a fun game. It's a classic.
It is super fun. Yeah.
It's like Darkstone.
I love playing it in arcade. I love playing it on in console form too. So
it's a similar kind of game as Darkstone, but you can have up to 4 players instead of just 2. So that's cool.
Yeah.
We also had on the 7th Mario Party 3 for N64. The last Mario Party game for the system came out in the
yeah.
last year of the console. This is my favorite one of the 3. I fucking love Mario Party 3. Some people prefer 2. That's fine.
2 and 3 are good.
They're both really good.
Yeah. I mean, we've played both of them on stream a lot, so this one's good. It's got some fun maps.
Fun maps, good mini
The
games.
introduction of
it's a
Daisy and Waluigi. I don't know about you.
And that's all you need.
I don't know about you, but I like the weird like battle mode where like you can like recruit Mario enemies to fight each other. That shit slaps. Like, that is underrated. I want another Mario Party game to do something like that.
I don't know if I've touched that too much, honestly.
It's so fun. You haven't lived until you've had like your like thwomp or something just like annihilate some like CPU's like Goomba or some shit. It's great. On the 22nd, a couple weeks later, we had the PS2 release, Red Faction. It would come out on PC later in the year. It is known for being on both, but yeah, Red Faction.
Red Faction.
Never played it. Pass.
Never played it, but I mean, if we didn't get Red Faction, we wouldn't get Red Faction Gorilla. So.
Double pass then.
Yeah.
I never played Red Faction Gorilla either.
I don't know. I just remember it being pretty notable for some people. I did not know this game had a sequel, but on the 29th on the Dreamcast, May 29th, Crazy Taxi 2.
Yep.
Dose.
Yep. Smash, by the way.
Is this a good game? Like,
yeah, it's like pretty much the same as the first game, but just like I think the world is a little bit different. The soundtrack is different. It's mostly Offspring still, so it's still good. You have 5 Offspring songs, but then the other 2 songs that would have been Bad Religion in the first game, they replaced with Tommy Lee's terrible nu metal band Methods of Mayhem, which is, they put out one album in the late 90s and it was bad. And I mean, it's only 2 songs, but like, yeah, it's worse than the first game for that reason alone.
All right.
But you can carry multiple people and you can crazy hop.
Ooh. What does that mean?
You can jump over like certain like obstacles.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Seems kind of fun. And then the last release of May was the North American release for the PS2 classic Dark Cloud. This is one of my favorite PS2 games. It is the prequel to my favorite game of all time. And yeah, you get to do like a big like dungeon crawling, like city building RPG with like weapon building elements. It is a fun time. It's grindy, but it's like the good kind of grindy. When you're like into that kind of gameplay, like that's a good game for it. So yeah, great game. It was out in Japan back during the launch year, but we finally got it May 29th, 2001. June was a pretty cool year. We're gonna try not to talk too long about this next thing because we did have an entire podcast involving this, but the 11th was the first major notable drop with the Game Boy Advance coming out on June 11th, and that includes its launch lineup, not including the whole list, but notable stuff from that launch lineup that we talked about on a previous podcast for console launches. Among those releases, we had Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Rayman Advance,
Smash,
Mario Advance, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, Choo Choo Rocket port from the Dreamcast, Konami Crazy Racers, and Earthworm Jim. So yeah, we got some interesting ports of games from previous systems, and you had some fresh, you had a couple fresh new games, and yeah. So, cool.
You got that system seller, Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Easy. Done.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance, I mean, it's honestly, what else can you say? On the 19th...
Pokemon at launch, 0 out of 10.
When has that happened? When has a Pokemon game come out at launch on a system?
I don't know. Maybe that's why Nintendo's dead.
Tell me one time.
Nintendo must be dead then.
On June 19th, we had 2 releases. The first is Twisted Metal Black for PS2, which is one of the most well-known of the Twisted Metal games in the series. It was known for like a dark turn for the franchise, really like kind of going like gritty and like going into like psychotic like things for like the storyline. PS2, pretty big game for 2001. So yeah, vehicular combat at its finest.
Piss. It made me piss myself as a child.
It's a creepy ass game. I don't know why my mom let me play this when I was like 12.
I remember my one of my older stepbrothers was playing it like with the family around the like in the living room, and I'm like, why is this on the TV? I'm pissing myself right now.
And then on the 19th as well, we had the Dreamcast release, Sonic Adventure 2. Yes.
Piss.
Some people may believe that this was only a GameCube game, but it did come out to Dreamcast first. No. Honestly, no, it's a joke. I know the thing is that there was such a fast turnover from this game being on Dreamcast and then going to GameCube.
The GameCube version came out on February of next year. Like, it was less than a year after this one.
So, but this was one of the big final Dreamcast games. It's not the last one, but I mean, it's Sonic Adventure 2, the sequel to the most popular Dreamcast game. Kind of a big deal.
I mean, Smash, but like mostly...
We've talked so much about this game before.
Yeah. I've mostly just played the GameCube version, so I can't really speak too much on the Dreamcast version specifically, so pass.
Unlike the differences between Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure DX, this is the same game. Except it doesn't have like the battle mode, obviously.
Yeah. The GameCube version is just better, honestly.
Yeah. But unlike the other one, it's literally the same thing as far as like performance.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting a different experience. On the 28th, there was Digimon Digital Card Battle for PS1. Digimon was just shooting shit out in the early 2000s on PlayStation. Pokemon.
Was it literal shit though?
No, this one I heard I've heard Digital Card Battle is fine. You'd have to like the cards at the time to enjoy the game, but it's definitely not like Digimon World 1, 2, and 3 like Caliber, but I've heard some people like it, some people
Al, I need to know your thoughts and opinions on Digimon Digital Card Battle.
Yeah.
For the playing states the first.
Yeah. On the 29th, the following day, we had the release of Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. It was released first on PS1 and Game Boy Color, and it would see other releases later in the year. I think some of it might be 2002, but anyway, it is a survival horror game for that year. So yeah, and it is a notable one for the genre. So,
Jack, do you know what this game gets?
What does this game get, Landon?
This game gets obviously a smash because the movie is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen the movie. Is it? Oh God! I
watched it for Spookfest.
We watched it for Spookfest last year. It's bad.
It's terrible. I don't know if this is actually tied to it. Hold on.
God, I hope not.
Like how tied they are.
Well, the movie came out 2 years after this, so I'm not sure, honestly.
So probably.
All right.
Well, this one is Alone in the Dark 4, technically.
Okay.
This is like the fourth one, so I don't know if this game is tied to the movie, but just because of that, just because we watched the movie, auto smash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In July, we had about the same amount of interesting stuff as June, starting with on the 2nd, the PS1 release, Final Fantasy.
It is based on this game.
Hell
that's
yeah.
Awesome.
The movie was based on this game.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry to cut you off, but I scrolled down there.
I'm not surprised. This is one of the more like well-known games in the series, so of course, yeah.
Guinness World Records named the film the lowest grossing game-based movie.
That's
in the 2008 edition.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Oh.
Gotta love it. So in July, on the 2nd, there was Final Fantasy Chronicles for PS1. This included Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger, and not Final Fantasy III. Yeah. But
Smash, because
it's you can play Chrono Trigger.
You can play Chrono Trigger.
You can play the worst version of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
which
you can play a bad version of Chrono Trigger.
Which is still, it did have the cutscenes.
Yeah,
this is the second best game for the year.
The PS1 version of Chrono Trigger is still better than every other game.
Changed my mind.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah, Square was doing a
Chrono
bunch
Trigger.
of like compilations. They did Origins. They did Anthology, I think, for the 5 and 6. So yeah, this is Chronicles. On the 10th, we had the PS2 game Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. I actually played this game, and this is a really good racing game. No,
I'm gonna pass on this one because I have not played it.
I haven't either.
I will say, I think like after Gran Turismo 3, I probably could not give a shit about Gran Turismo as a whole, but like this was a good game. So,
oh, I do need to update the listening audience. Al said he never played the Digimon game. He only got into the newer TCG.
Yeah.
To that I say, that game is bad and smells bad, and it should feel bad.
Okay. On the 25th, there was Klonoa 2 Lunaty's Veil on PS2. I did not know that this was a PS2 game. For some reason, I thought this was a PS1 game, but it's not. It's PS2. Klonoa
Jack,
2?
have you played it?
Klonoa 2? Yeah. Sorry, I was reading a message.
You're the biggest Klonoa guy.
I am the biggest Klonoa guy, and Klonoa 2 is a great game. Smash, absolutely.
He's got a whole Klonoa suit that he goes out in.
Yeah, that was the 25th, if I didn't mention. Also on the 25th, though, there was...
I got him real good with that.
There was the PS2 release of... the PC release, sorry, of Max Payne. It would be released on PS2 later in the year. But yeah, Max Payne. Notable game there.
Lennon, how did you know I spent thousands of dollars on a Klonoa fursuit?
I've been to your house.
True. Why were you sneaking around my house?
Because
I
was hungry.
All right.
I don't know. I got bored.
I don't know.
Max Payne, I haven't played the original.
Me either.
Pass.
Yeah, no. Moving on.
And then the last notable release for July on the 30th was the North American release of the Game Boy Color game Pokemon Crystal. This is a smash because Pokemon Crystal, but I will admit, I've said this multiple times off stream to like Landon and Jack. It feels weird knowing that this is not really that notable a release compared to other stuff this year, even though it's a big Pokemon release. That this is how stacked this year is.
It makes sense why this sold so poorly.
Because it was in the middle of 2001 when 3 new pieces of gaming hardware were coming out, and all of them were getting some like big releases.
And one of those was the sequel system to what this was being released on. So
yeah,
true. That too. Yep.
Womp. It's Gen 2 Pokemon.
Yeah. So it's some degree of good, but it's also a lesser game than Gold and Silver.
In my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
It has a lot of cool stuff going for it, but...
Yeah. We did do a podcast for Gen 2, so if you want to hear more of our thoughts, Crystal, our thoughts are there, yeah. On August, we only had a couple releases. I kind of shoved this one in here just because it's kind of like a interesting niche. But Sayuki Journey West for PS1, it's a Koei game that is loosely based on Journey to the West, and this was at a time when stuff based on Journey to the West was not like... You had Dragon Ball was just starting to get popular around this time, so like they were like, hey, let's put in another thing that's like based on the similar story. So, yeah. Okay.
I think Journey to the West ripped off Dragon Ball, honestly.
Yeah. That's fair. I think Persona 5 was ripped off by Dragon Ball.
Can't disagree with that.
Can't disagree.
I won't. I won't.
Like...
In fact, I agree.
And then on the 27th of August, we had Mario Kart Super Circuit for Game Boy Advance. I think this game is underrated. I like this game. It's not the best Mario Kart game, or probably even anywhere close.
Presentation-wise, I think this game is very cool. It just is unfortunate. It looks really good. The courses in this game are great, but like unfortunately, it runs on a very similar engine to Super Nintendo Mario Kart, and the way it controls is very similar to that, and I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah. We did talk about this game on a Mario Kart podcast, so if you want a more complete thoughts, it's there.
Go listen to that podcast.
September. Known for an infamous other moment in world history and United States history.
But we're not there yet.
But we're not going to talk. We're not going to talk yet. We're not going to talk about that. But we
have to talk about the inciting moment, though. The inciting moment to that day.
This is really wild. It's so
funny.
It's so bad, but so funny. On the 10th of September, on the Game Boy Advance, was the release of Advance Wars, which is one of those it's a that cartoon strategy war game where you literally take control of a commander and infantry and tanks and
then nothing else happened the next day.
Nothing else happened. It was fine. Everyone was fine.
You know what actually happened the next day? The release of Klonoa Empire of Dreams for the Game Boy Advance.
On September 11th, 2001. Outside, the other notable thing that happened was
two notable things happened.
What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
We had Klonoa Empire of Dreams for Game Boy Advance. So yeah, we had multiple Klonoa games. This is one for Game Boy Advance.
I do want to say I feel bad for Advance Wars.
Yeah.
I know we're joking really hard, but
it just they release it at weird times that are so unfortunate.
Every time they try to re-release Advance Wars 1, some sort of giant world event happens.
Yeah, you had there was a war in Ukraine that broke out. We don't like to talk too much, but this is just a world history thing. The war between Russia and Ukraine broke out right before Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp was supposed to come out. So Nintendo was like, this is a bad idea. We're going to push this back. And they waited months to put it out.
Almost a year.
And they didn't even really heavily market it when they finally did. They just kind of slid it out there. They were like, we got to get this game out there eventually.
Poor Advance Wars, honestly. It's oh man,
it's very very funny.
It is.
It's probably more Advance Wars is probably more unfortunate than the Horizon games, which always come out when other bigger games are coming out.
Yeah, at least it's just another game.
And not
literal.
Not a geopolitical world event.
Yeah. When your game has to deal with geopolitical events.
You know, talking about geopolitical world events, Reggie Fils-Aimé worked at MTV at the time.
Did he?
He was in New York. Yeah, it's from his book.
That's crazy.
So he had to try and flee the city while Klonoa
was put on store shelves.
Bro, there were people running in the streets. They had to get a copy of Klonoa Empire of Dreams. It was nuts.
It was you should have been in New York City trying to get a copy.
It was crazy.
We are horrible people that are all going to hell one day.
Yeah. God damn, I love September 11th, 2001.
Shout out to our
Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. Little Al said this is why we'll never get a remake or port of Advance Wars DS or Days of Ruin.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, because World War III will break out.
Unless they just shadow drop it on NSO one day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And even then, that might cause something to happen after the fact. So maybe they shouldn't.
Day after.
But at least they're not losing sales from it. It's something that they put on the platform for free with subscription.
Jack, did you have any thoughts about Klonoa Empire of Dreams?
I've not played this game, honestly. I know that it's good. It was well received at the time, but I've just never played this one, honestly. I'd like to.
I will go back
Is
to
it
Advance
on
Wars just real
NSO?
quick. I think it might be.
It is actually. I just looked earlier.
I was oh yeah, this is the one game that was like not Nintendo that's on like at the GBA NSL. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
You can play it now.
Now I know what's in Jack's poll that he's posting.
I just wanted to go back to Advance Wars real quick because we didn't really get to talk about this game a whole lot over the course of the podcast.
No, we made
history.
half an hour of a
9/11
joke.
jokes.
Well, just like in general, we don't really get to talk. We haven't really had the chance to talk about it, but this is a really good Game Boy Advance game. Like,
Advance Wars is phenomenal. Like,
awesome game.
yeah, like I really enjoy it, and the remake is great too.
Yeah.
So it's just funny.
Yeah, it is. On the 18th of September was the PS1 game Tales of Eternia, which was at the time released over here called Tales of Destiny 2. So if you remember a Tales of Destiny 2, that's actually this game. It's a Tales of game though. So
It is. I
notable.
purchased a copy once for a coworker of mine.
Oh, cool.
It was expensive.
Al says good old Eternia, and I don't know if that's sarcasm or being serious. But on the 20th, there was Lufia, The Legend Returns for Game Boy Color. That is a Lufia, third game in the Lufia series, was put on Game Boy Color instead. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack, once you get that analog pocket in my hands, baby.
Oh,
I might
you
play
have this?
No, but I want to.
Oh,
it looks
okay.
good.
I do remember hearing some good stuff. It looks interesting. I want to try it.
One day.
On the 25th,
One day.
the 25th had 3 major releases, all like, or at least notable ones. We had Monster Rancher 3 on PS2. Monster Rancher was like a kind of a niche, but pretty well known, like cult following series of like monster taming game. You know, if you weren't into Digimon, weren't into Pokemon, or maybe you were into both, but you wanted more, you had Monster Rancher, and this is the newest game in the series. So, the 25th also saw the release of Ico on PS2. I hope
Probably.
Is that how it's pronounced? Ico? It's not Eco.
Yes.
You can go Eco.
Well,
you can go Ico.
I've heard it pronounced
I
both
don't know.
ways, honestly. I've always called it Ico.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Ico.
I go Ico as well.
It was
So-
known. It was really big at the time, being known as like an artistic adventure sort of game, like a kind of game that like you did not see this kind of game this often back in the day. You mostly saw gamey games. Like Ico was like kind of a groundbreaking kind of game for its time.
It's
Yeah, definitely.
awesome. Obviously, it gets outclassed by its sequel
PS3 version.
game. Well,
Oh,
I was
well, that
thinking
too. But yeah.
yeah,
It's like
both things are true. The PS3 version, you might as well just play that.
Yeah.
And
But
then
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus is the bigger of the trilogy, but Ico's still like it's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Play
Smash.
it on either system, PS2 or PS3, because it's great and it's awesome. It's
I do wanna play
probably
it.
the biggest of the 3 games
For today?
It's
Yeah.
just for this day, and
Yeah.
it's probably the biggest of the 3 games for the September 25th like lineup. But it's great.
And then as well,
Smash.
we had the Game Boy Color game Dragon Quest Monsters 2, which at the time in North America would still be called Dragon Warrior, so it was Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. Landon, you want to answer a question for me that you might or might not know the answer to? So I know that in Japan, this was split into 2 versions. Is that true in North America or no?
Yes, it is. It's boy and girl version, and from what I know, the boy version has the better monsters because there's specific
Damn.
monsters for each game. So,
Sexist.
yeah.
Damn, how unfortunate. But yeah,
Phoenix, what are you doing?
Come on, Phoenix.
yeah. And then on the 26th, the day after, we had 2 more games that came out. Now, by the way, I didn't mention this, but at the very beginning, the release dates are they might not all be 100% accurate because I had to go through like different sources and like they were like different. I was getting different answers. So all these are coming from like the actual game's Wikipedia page, because like on the 2001 page, some of these said some other shit. So I trusted whatever the actual Wikipedia page said. Kessen 2 on PS2, which is a Koei strategy game based on the Three Kingdoms period. It's weird that it's not really connected to Kessen or Kessen 3, but it is Kessen 2.
It's Tekken.
All right, Kessen. It's Tekken.
It's Tekken.
The only reason I even know what Kessen is like the running joke in Donkey's videos where he constantly refers to Kessen as Tekken and vice versa.
That's funny.
I don't know why.
It's Tekken.
But I think the more notable release on the 26th for us is the Game Boy Color game Tokitori. I had to go find this as like a released game in this year because I could not find it on I don't recall finding it on the 2001 in gaming page. So like I found this on the Game Boy by release date page. So it was like that it's going in there.
Tokitori is a certified bona fide GamingStooges Game Boy classic.
All right. October is a huge month. This is where we're getting to the holiday season. So we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about in October.
We're going to blitz through
a lot of it. The first one I put here, again, as a greedy thing. It's not actually that notable, but I played this game. The PS2 game on the first, Casper Shattered Spirit Dimensions. It is a Casper game where you get to fly around as Casper. And it's fine. It's generic, but I remember playing it. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that came out on the second. The first one that I put here is the PS2 game Okage Shadow King. I don't remember this game super well. I know that it has a very distinct art style to it. I remember there was like the company that made it or published it being like one that I knew kind of well. I can't really. Maybe I can look at it real quick. Nah, I'm not gonna. We gotta keep moving. But I do remember this game in magazines at the time and had like a little cult following. Time Crisis 2 for PS2. It was a popular arcade title where you had like you had like light guns and you could team up with another person and do like these like missions together. But I got a PS2 port and it was like a few years later, so I just decided to put that in here. Time Crisis 2.
Solid classic.
I think most people probably remember this in arcades more than the PS2 version, but it's still a notable game, so we put the PS2 port here. And then on the second as well, we had Guilty Gear X, which was the first North American release of this game. So
it's the second Guilty Gear game.
Yep. So not a whole lot of Guilty Gear up till now, so this is pretty big.
It's a pass because I have not played this one. The earliest Guilty Gear I've played is X2, which came out a couple years later.
Damn.
All right. On the 9th, we had two more releases. There was Castlevania Chronicles on PS1, which is a remake of a remake. It was like a remake of a game that was a remake of the original game. If that makes sense. It's like, so it was a remake of a PC version of the NES game.
Yeah, okay. No, I get you.
Yeah. I don't know how to fully explain it, but yeah, that is Castlevania Chronicles. So
I'm gonna just give it a pass, just because it's too complicated for my brain.
Yeah. Being a remake of a remake is pretty weird. Also on PC, there was a game called Dark Age of Camelot, which was known as a pretty good release for PC. I do vaguely remember it, but I just remember it was a notable PC release, so want to give, early PC games some love. So Dark Age of Camelot. I wish that I was more of a PC gamer around this time. I probably would have played this, but pass.
Pass.
On the 17th, on the PS2, we had the first Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry was supposed to be a Resident Evil game, and then the people that were making Resident Evil was like, "What the fuck are you making? Do something else." And then they made this as its own game. So yeah.
Yep. Fun fact.
Classic. Love Resident Evil 4.
It's primitive as far as Devil May Cry games are concerned.
You were about to say Resident Evil.
Yeah, because it controls like a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool that
it's cool. It's a good
this
game.
exists. This spawned a franchise.
Yeah, it did. A long-running franchise that is.
It spawned a franchise that would have better games after this.
Yeah, which it's kind of what you hope for.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the 18th, the next day, we had the PS1 game Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. The Spider-Man games on the PS1 were known for being pretty cool adventure games. The web slinging going around the city, even back then on PS1, still pretty fun. And the beat 'em up action was pretty cool. I played a demo of this game. Pretty solid.
Didn't Jamie Foxx play Electro in the the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
I don't remember, but that would probably help to explain why that one got attention and the game as a whole because of that. Also,
well, this was from the second. This is the Andrew Garfield one. So this is
way later on.
Way later
you are correct. He was Electro in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
So the only thing I can think of is
that
when I read this is going inside Jamie Foxx. Like Spider-Man getting shrunk down and going inside Jamie Foxx.
Bowser's inside story.
Exactly.
You're entering Electro.
I think enter
Electro.
I think enter means like Electro is like coming. Like Electro is here.
Oh, that's
no. That's a different word.
Why would it mean that?
Honestly, I think what I said sounds even worse. Let's move on.
Yeah. I'm not leaving Electro. I'm entering Electro. Thank you very much.
On the 23rd, we had two notable releases. The bigger of the two on PS2, Grand Theft Auto 3.
But the better of the two.
The better of the two.
I played Grand Theft Auto
2.
We'll say for Grand Theft Auto 3, obviously this was a defining game for not just its series but the generation. That a lot of games would come out that tried to build up, try to make their scopes bigger because of Grand Theft Auto 3 being so big for its time. So it's Grand Theft Auto 3, but it's also on the 23rd. It's cool. Was Virtua Tennis
not
2
as cool
for the
as
Dreamcast.
this.
And this is known as one really fucking good game. So, again, the Dreamcast getting some really fucking good games after it was already discontinued.
Is this the last one that's notable?
No, I think there's one more.
I don't see anything else on your list.
No, actually, this might be the last one.
This is the last one we're going to talk about.
Okay, so yeah.
R.I.P. Dreamcast.
What a note to go off on.
Yeah. This is legitimately known as a real one.
Unironically,
of
this game has a 90 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
On the 26th, we had Monsters Inc. on the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, and I put this here because Monsters Inc. was a big movie, so it got a few tie-in games for 2001. And
Bro's trying to sneak in on the team. What does he think he's doing here?
I played this game on Game Boy Advance. I don't remember it well at all, though, because this game was super forgettable.
All right.
On the 30th, we had a lot of stuff come out on October 30th.
Can I just point something out about Monsters Inc. the video game real quick?
Yes.
This came out before the movie.
It did.
By a week.
It came out before the movie, and then Monsters Inc. had a different game come out a few days or a week after the movie. We'll get there.
That's incredible.
On the 30th, to start us off, Jack, this one's for you. We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Released on PS1 and PS2 originally. It would come out on later on other platforms, though. So it went around to a bunch of different platforms. I did not put this here on the document, but fun fact, the N64 this year also got a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, but it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Yep.
From the previous year. So, hey.
This is the best Tony Hawk game with the classic formula, the 2-minute timer, score attack, collect skate, find the secret tape type shit. This is the best one of those three. Like, once you get to 4, it becomes like a whole different beast, but like, of the classic Tony Hawks, this is the best one. It's classic.
All right.
Classic.
Al said that Pro Skater 3 on GameCube was his first Tony Hawk game.
That's a really good one to start with, honestly. GameCube Tony Hawk was kind of busted in a good way.
Yeah. Also, on the 30th was the release of Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex on PS2. Would come out on other platforms in 2002. This was the first Crash game not made by Naughty Dog, and was, because of that, pretty mediocre, but it's the newest Crash game, and it still does have the typical Crash gameplay, at least. It didn't deviate to like some other weird shit yet. But I played this game. It's fine. The problem with this game, honestly, is that the load times are forever. So much. Anyway. Pass. On the 30th for PC, there was Sid Meier's Civilization 3. Civ 3.
Civ
3.
Pass.
Yeah.
Pass. But respectably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a game, but on the 30th, a pretty interesting event happened. Sadly, SNK had to fold. They had to file for bankruptcy earlier in the year. They would return, but not quite the same as they used to be. So the SNK that we knew ended up basically going away here. So yeah,
R.I.P.
sad day. SNK was a really cool company, but they couldn't keep up, and they would come back a few years later as like a different kind of SNK, but in like 2003. But yeah, the 31st on the Game Boy Advance, we had the first Mega Man Battle Network. Spawned a whole fucking series that kept coming, did not stop coming, and just lots of Mega Man Battle Network games. Heard pretty good things about
it. Stopped
this
coming at some point.
Eventually.
Yeah, they did stop releasing those games.
When the Game Boy Advance stopped itself and told Mega Man to stop.
Yeah, they were like, you can't, like,
we're done.
Shut up.
No more.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. Like that was the Game Boy Advance.
Over. Go home.
Party's over.
Yeah.
It's good.
I've never played a Mega Man Battle Network game.
I've heard good things.
Isn't this?
I played one of them. I think I played 2. Blue Moon was the one I played, but they're all the fucking same shit. So
yeah,
it's like they're fun.
And now moving on to November. On the first we had.
Can we take a break?
Take a break now? Why don't we just get through the rest of this? Okay, fine.
Because
we'll take a break.
In the other room.
Okay, we'll take a break. So Jack, do you have anything to do, or can you give my throat like a quick breather, because my throat is so dry?
Yeah, sure, I can.
Okay, thank
See,
you.
you also need a break. What are you talking about?
I was gonna try to push myself.
Hey everybody, it's time for our usual spiel. We have a Discord that you can join where you can keep up with what we have going on. Link is included below. Al asks, Landon ASMR when? Great question. We have a Patreon. As always, you can subscribe to our Patreon at either the Silver Stooge or Golden Stooge tier, where you get access to exclusive content. You can vote on polls for content that you want to see in the future. Usually we give people an option, like a few different options for like, hey, which one of these do you want to see us do next? So yeah, join the Patreon. I have to shout out Al, a gold tier stooge, because you get a shout out if you're a gold tier stooge. Shout out to Al. And what do we have going on stream wise right now? We just got done with Spookfest. We just got done with Silent Hill and Metroid Zero Mission, and then I threw in Costume Quest at the end of the month. I did 5 streams in a row last week, and so I'm taking a break. This week, Landon is doing 1,000,000 streams in a row with Dragon Quest IV, and ideally trying to get that shit out of the way. Cloud has a new stream series that starts tomorrow. If you're listening to this on streaming services or YouTube, then you already know what it is, but I cannot spoil it for the live
I will
audience.
give one hint that it is a game that was in a poll previously, and it didn't win any of the polls. It was in a couple. So we're going to do it now, and then I'm going to have a poll later to like do something after that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a game I have played before. That's your one other hint. So I'm looking forward to replaying it, and it'll be great to do for a stream. We already gave our shout out to Al, I'm hoping.
Yep.
Shout out to Al.
Shout out to Al. He gets a double shout out.
He does. Yeah, we haven't decided on our Patreon yet for this month, but we'll be doing something.
Well, you'll see. It's early in the month. You'll see.
I will say, just before Landon gets back, I'm probably not, even if like we were to get time for it, I probably won't be talking too much about like what we've been up to, because for me it's literally just games that came out this year, and it's like I can talk about that during our retrospective or next podcast. Like it's just a lot of me playing the same stuff I already played, and then Dragon Quest 1. So it's like it's stuff that I'll be able to talk about again in the future without having to wait. So yeah, hopefully Landon will rejoin us very soon so we can jump back in. But yeah, November and even December coming up has quite a bit, which is weird because usually December as a month for gaming in later years would be like, Jack was talking about this like off stream, but he was like, December is usually a dry month. Like you don't really see a lot of stuff coming out in December, but we actually do have quite a bit in December this year. But there's going to be quite a lot coming for November for this year. So I'm really looking forward to when Landon comes back so we can talk about all this stuff. But Jack, any thoughts on the year so far leading up through October that really kind of stick out with you? I mean, I'll say, I'll say like there's actually just quite a lot. Like there's just like a bunch of little games, like nothing like super huge yet for me personally, at least I think. But like there's just like a lot of stuff I keep forgetting came out in this year. Like Darkstone, I love that game. That's a fun game.
Yep.
Pokemon Stadium 2
is a
classic.
2001 is a strong year.
Mario Party 3. Dark Cloud is probably the big
3.
one for me personally, but I mean you also had
Sonic Adventure
2, Twisted Metal Black,
fucking Daytona, Virtua Tennis 2, motherfucking Klonoa Empire of Dreams. but Klonoa 2, unironically.
I not to go back to this, but it's really sad that the name of the game is Empire of Dreams.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't even make that fucking connection.
Empire.
Oh, it goes so deep. Oh my god.
Like in the Empire City, in the place with the Empire State Building. Now it wasn't that wasn't the thing that happened to, but still.
No. Which is why I didn't make that connection, but still. It's not like it was called Klonoa World Trade Center of Dreams.
Oh god, no. Oh. I just imagine like a Klonoa game where like he has to like go he has to go through like a physical like stock market building.
Oh my god.
Oh,
god, I need to get the I really want to play Klonoa 2 again now. I fucking love Klonoa 2. I need to get that collection that's on the Switch.
Yeah.
That wasn't released in America.
In America.
I think it's still available on PlayAsia though.
Yeah. To like bring up another like interesting thing while we're still waiting for Landon. One thing I mentioned earlier was Final Fantasy Chronicles on PS1. So like one of the things about like these like re-releases, I believe these come after or like around the same time as like are built or like released as like the base for the Wonder Swan releases of the Final Fantasy games. Like they would all like come out on the Wonder Swan. And the reason why I think that Wonder Swan might have been first, and the reason why Final Fantasy 3 never happened on this collection is because it also didn't happen on Wonder Swan because they were having difficulty like trying to get the job system to and like the way that they had this game to work the way they wanted it to. And so they eventually just ran out of development time and just like skipped Final Fantasy 3 entirely. So it is a shame, but yeah. Welcome back, Landon.
I have been asked, Landon ASMR when?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of when you were
Because
whispering,
you were whispering
and I was whispering
before you
back.
left.
Yeah.
Oh. Anytime you want, Al.
That's the perks of being a gold stooge.
Yeah, that's one of the perks is you can request an ASMR video from one of us.
So we're going to go back to our podcast episode going to November. The second of numerous big holiday months. On the first, we had 2 releases that are notable. The game Burnout came out to PS2, which is the first game of its series. Burnout, pretty popular driving series where you got just the, cool mechanics. I played
Extreme
one for
racing.
Yeah, I played one of the ones for the PSP. I did not get to play this one. So I don't know if the original's any good, but I assume it is if it got a bunch of follow-ups. But we also had on the PS1, yes, PS1.
PS1.
On November 1st, Dragon Quest VII Fragments of the Forgotten Past. It was released originally at just titled Dragon Warrior 7. This was before they decided to put a bunch of subtitles for like all the Dragon Quest games, and also before we started calling it Dragon Quest here. But Dragon Quest VII
next
in 2001.
Next main series, we'd get it as Dragon Quest 8. That's where they finally give us the real shit. Haven't played 7 yet, but it's Dragon Quest 7. It's Dragon Quest.
Yep. Landon and I are both excited for the remake, which has not come out yet as of this podcast, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It is. It's so wild that this game came out in 2001. Like after 3 Final Fantasy games had already come out in the same platform. Like,
well, when did it come out in
2000?
Japan?
It was like sometime in 2000. Yeah. So it did not take that long to localize. It was just a super late edition. But to be fair,
August
26th. I've heard this game is incredibly long.
Yeah, I've heard it's a bit of a. It's like what I would say is one of the 2 black sheep of the main series. The numbered ones, just because of how long this game is. Whereas the other one's number 2, just because of difficulty spikes and all that. But I'm excited. I don't know. Maybe I'll play the PS1 version for the channel still. We'll see.
All right. On the 6th, we had 2 more releases. There was the PS1 Monsters Inc. game, Monsters Inc. Scream Team, which was also released on PC the previous month. So that was actually the PC version of this. Also, I think came out like early before the movie did. But this was the PS1 release, and this one's the more notable version because like the Monsters Inc. game, like a game like Monsters Inc. on PC, like nobody was paying attention to that. But I put this here because I don't know if you guys know this. This game is literally just a ripoff of Ape Escape.
Is it really?
So you do platforming and you run around these levels and you find these like little robot children that like when they scream, they let out energy that you have to capture. And you find them and then you do a little mini game where you like try to scare them in different ways and you fill up a scream jar.
You know what?
And then you go to the next one.
I remember this. Not to reference him twice in the same stream, but Donkey did a video for this game not too long ago.
Yeah. I remember watching the video for it because I was like, I feel seen. I've played this game.
Yeah.
It's literally just an Ape Escape ripoff. I mean, it's a little different, but still. It was definitely like, oh, we saw this game, we can do that. So, but also on the 6th was SSX Tricky on PS2. It was released on later platforms later on. Other platforms later on, I should say. SSX Tricky, though, is a pretty big game for the SSX series. It's this and like SSX 3 a lot of people talk about. So, yeah. Just wanted to put
Tricky's
that there.
Great. Smash.
Yep. Smash. Easy Smash.
Good game. I do remember playing a little bit of this game because my an ex-girlfriend ended up having this game because she really loved it. So on the 7th we had Spyro Season of Ice for Game Boy Advance. So Spyro's game for this year is it going to GBA because it is not Insomniac. Insomniac at the same time as Universal like basically took their Crash and their Spyro and they just made other games with other studios. This was the Spyro game. There's several others after this one, but this came out in 2001. Smash, because it's pretty good. I mean, it's the first game of the trilogy for the platform, so it's got a little bit of like wonkiness to it, but it's not too bad. I think all 3 of the games, they suffer from like they have like an isometric view, so sometimes depth is kind of like tough, and it's really bad in this game because they didn't build the game perfectly around that. But I mean, it's still pretty. It's like for a Game Boy Advance Spyro game, I still get the sense of like adventure, flying around the levels, collecting gems, collecting this other thing. So like, yeah, it's just solid enough.
So
but, yeah,
slightly worse than Sonic 3D Blast. Got it.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Yeah. On the 12th, we had 2 games come out. There was on the Game Boy Advance, Golden Sun.
Golden Sun.
I did not realize this game came out this early in the Game Boy Advance's lifespan. I thought it was like a year removed or so from this, but no. 2001,
right
launch year. One of the biggest RPGs that the system would have. I would argue one of the best games on the system. It's here.
Jack, your thoughts? Best RPG on the Game Boy Advance?
I'm not going to disagree with that. I haven't played Golden Sun extensively, so I can't really say for sure.
All right.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no. Yeah, sure. Golden Sun.
Sure.
I'm going to stick with my words.
Fuck Pokemon Gen 3. You heard it here first, folks.
I hate Pokemon Gen 3.
See?
Terrible games.
Clip it. On the 12th, also, though, we had Mega Man X-Treme 2 on the Game Boy Color. No, you did not hear me wrong. We got both Mega Man X-Treme 1 and 2 in North America same year.
This is the 200th Mega Man game that we've talked about.
Dude, this was like one of the biggest like saturation points for Mega Man was like the early 2000s. So I wanted to emphasize it. Like this is really point out, crazy.
There are more Mega Man games that came out this year than Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
There are 7 Mega Man games that came out in 2001. We haven't even finished yet.
There's more.
Man.
On the 13th, we had a few notable releases as well. There was James Bond 007 Agent Under Fire, which came out in other systems in 2002. It was originally It was originally supposed to be based on one of the movies, and then they kind of like made their own thing, and I've heard decent things.
I have played the multiplayer for the GameCube version of this game, and it is okay. It's not amazing.
It's not on fire, it's under fire.
Yeah, it's not quite on fire. It is under fire. You had the release of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty on PS2. This is definitely one of the biggest releases of the year as just a single game.
Important video game, honestly.
Maybe the 10th biggest game.
It is funny though, like looking back, this game is pretty divisive even like within like the community, like the fan base. But
I've seen more people I've seen more people reference Metal Gear Solid 2 specifically for its story and what happens in it.
Yeah.
More this year than like any previous year. Just because of
That's fair.
the state of the
Everything.
world.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it aged remarkably well from a story perspective. And a lot of people hated it at the time because, you know, you play as Raiden instead of Snake. But the game itself is still really good. If you put that aside, the game is still really fucking good.
If you actually play it and get over yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I get to like the Metal Gear Solid series, like I am looking forward to playing this one because I had a friend who was like a big Metal Gear Solid fan, fucking loves this game. So like I want to see what he sees in it.
Al just said MGS2 is his favorite. I was literally just about to say if someone said this was their favorite Metal Gear Solid game, I'd be like, yeah, 100%. I get that. Like I think I prefer 3, but like 2 is really fucking good.
All right. As well, on the 13th, there was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon on PC. It is the first Ghost Recon game, so notable release there. Start a whole franchise.
Tim Clancy.
Tim Clancy.
Tim Clancy. PS.
I've not played this one.
Me neither. Never played a
Pass
Ghost
passy.
Recon game. On the 14th, there was Harvest Moon 3 GBC for Take a Guess. GBC. Wow.
Oh, that's actually in the title.
That's the actual
PS1. PS1.
Yes, it was for PS1, Landon.
Yes.
I don't.
But yeah, the Harvest Moon series ended up getting a bunch of Game Boy Color entries, and this is Harvest Moon 3 GBC. So yeah. On the 15th, we had Xbox launch. And
Xbox
had a bunch of its launch titles. You had Halo Combat Evolved. Duh. Everybody knows this. Smash. Project Gotham Racing, Dead or Alive 3, Fusion Frenzy. I put Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X because Jack had a fun story about that game when we talked about console launches. Because, well, we'll talk about
Pro Skater 3 literally
had already come out.
Yeah.
And we got a modified version of 2 for Xbox. And then also Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. Xbox launched. We talked about that in our console launches. It was a pretty big thing.
Don't forget Shrek for Xbox.
Shrek did come out on this day as well. Very important. But I didn't want to put Shrek here because he would steal all the spotlight. Come on.
He would.
True.
He's like
he's definitely the most popular green mascot that was ever put on an Xbox.
Yes,
I
definitely.
think so.
Can you disagree with me?
Mike Wazowski is a close second.
Oh, true. But were there
so
Monsters Inc. games on the Xbox, is the question.
I don't remember, actually.
I don't know either.
I really wish Sonic Riders was, so Jet the Hawk could be number 3. But
Yeah.
Jet the Hawk was on Xbox. Or Sonic Riders was on Xbox.
No,
Xbox
Jet the Hawk was
not
on
Xbox
Xbox.
One, but Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original?
Sonic Riders was on
Yeah.
Xbox.
It was on
Goes to show
on
you-
all 3 major platformers at the time.
Goes to show you how much I looked at Sonic.
On the 18th, 3 days later, GameCube came out.
GameCube.
Came out with a bunch of games, notably, just some notable launch titles include Luigi's Mansion, Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader, Super Monkey Ball, Crazy Taxi. You got Wave Race Blue Storm, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. So this got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, but not Xbox.
I know this isn't everything that came out on the GameCube, but the games that you chose, like
Smash.
Beautiful.
Smash.
I tried
All
to
smashes.
pick like notable stuff for each one.
I looked up out of curiosity to see because I could swear that the GameCube version of Crazy Taxi has a different soundtrack than the original. But
didn't you mention that?
I think it might be the same. I could not find anything about what specifically was on the GameCube version of Crazy Taxi. I just remember that like re-releases of the game had different soundtracks, but I think it might have just been like the later like XBLA, PSN, Steam release.
Yeah.
So it might actually have the original soundtrack. I'm not 100% sure though. I couldn't find a concrete answer on that.
From the video game soundtrack fandom. Arcade, Dreamcast, GameCube, PS2, iOS, and Android all had the original.
That's weird. iOS and Android would.
For some reason, I don't believe that iOS and Android had the original soundtrack.
I feel like by the time that, I mean, maybe when they originally launched, they did, but afterwards they might have had to have been updated to remove that.
I don't know.
But PC, Xbox, Live Arcade, PSN, and the later PC version all had the updated soundtrack. So I think this had the original. The point is, Cube had the original soundtrack, probably.
Right.
Jack has to go play it.
On the 19th, we had Wario Land 4 for Game Boy Advance. Clearly, everybody needs to move out of the way. Xbox, get out of here. GameCube, get out of here. This is probably the biggest release of the week, man. Wario Land 4.
You were talking so sarcastically, but I fully agree. We fucking love Wario Land 4, dude.
I've heard it's really good, to be fair.
It is.
The way he was saying that, I envisioned a fuck. I just had his name in my head. Jack, you know who he is.
Scott the Woz?
No. Chris. Never mind.
Oh, from who? From where?
No.
Anyway, it'll come back, and I'm sure we can.
It won't be funny by then.
Oh well.
Okay.
But also, thoughts on Wario Land 4, Jack?
Smash.
Love this game?
Smash. Yeah. Love this game. Great music, great gameplay, great graphics. Like, unironically though, like the game looks really good for GBA. Like it controls really well. Like it's very
Chris
fun.
Farron.
Chris.
So
there you go.
A Chris Farron style promo.
I believe you couldn't remember fucking Chris Farron's name.
Literally, it was in my head right before I went to go say it, and then I got there, and then now I'm dumb. Anyway, Chris Farron style promo where he's doing all of his advertisements for a city, where he literally he's just like, "Fuck you, Xbox," and he kicks one off and it explodes, and then same with GameCube.
Just tosses a GameCube by the handle into a lake,
and it just throws it away, and it just explodes.
Yeah,
and
that.
And
then
Wario Land 4, baby.
Wario Land 4, baby.
But he doesn't just
my
point.
favorite game in the world.
He holds the game itself up to the camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I need to show you some of his videos to know what we're talking about, but we'll
anyway,
move on.
Moving on. On the 19th, also, there was the release of WWF SmackDown Just Bring It, which was, I believe, the first major WWF game on PS2. The PS2 had actually quite a bit of good WWF/WWE wrestling games. This was the golden age for WWE. And after that, it was pretty much all downhill from there. But this was a really good wrestling game. I loved this game. This one, Here Comes the Pain, was also really good. And then the first SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. But Just Bring It was the first of and maybe there might have been one on the PS1 before that. But Just Bring It was definitely really big. On the 21st, we had Return to Castle Wolfenstein on PC. It was released on console in 2003, but yeah, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It's a pretty big PC release for 2001, so yeah. On the 26th, we had Dynasty Warriors 3 for PS2. Gotta
what I did to the fucking toilet after we're done here.
Gotta mention Dynasty Warriors. So yeah. On the 27th, we had two releases. There was, and I'm probably going to butcher this one, Zurich Rise of Parathia, which was a Microsoft Game Studios published game for Xbox. That is the only reason why it's here. I think it's interesting that we did get a first-party published Xbox game. Not at launch of the system, but a little bit after. I've also heard it's from what I was gathering, it was not remarkable in any way. Very unremarkable, but it's here. Also on the 27th was Twisted Metal Small Brawl for PS1, which I remember playing a demo of. It is a pretty mediocre Twisted Metal game. You play as like toy-sized versions of the cars, and it was supposed to be meant for a younger audience, since it was still rated T, but it was still meant for a little bit of a younger audience than like what they were going for with like Twisted Metal Black and some of the other Twisted Metal earlier games that are like M rated. But not a very good Twisted Metal game. Wasn't even made by the main team. So, yeah.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. December did actually see quite a bit of interesting releases, because this was before everybody decided they moved their releases earlier in the year. The first one, we had a GBA port of Breath of Fire 1. This would not be the only Breath of Fire game that would come to the system, but it is notable because GBA was getting some classic SNES games as early as 2001, baby. Also,
super classic.
On the 3rd, we had 2 games. The first one, Pikmin, the dawn of a new series.
Pikmin!
Very
notable game.
The second,
game.
I'm changing it. Second best game to release this year. Boom.
Pikmin.
Fuck you, Final Fantasy Chronicles. You've been demoted to 3rd place. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Boom.
But yeah, Pikmin.
Pikmin.
Pikmin's a big deal. It was it was a new entry. It was a new IP from Nintendo. Shigeru Miyamoto himself. You know, pretty crazy to have
like,
this.
Pikmin.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm gonna leave Electro.
Leave Electro. So yeah. And then on the 3rd as well, we had the release of Super Smash Bros. Melee for GameCube, which it's...
Womp womp. Moving on.
We've talked about Super Smash Bros. Melee on our Super Smash Bros. Podcast. If you really want to hear all our thoughts, that's probably a better spot to listen to them, but it is Super Smash Bros. Melee. It is the biggest GameCube game. So, moving on though, on the 4th, we had 2 more pretty notable releases, I would say. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance for PS2. It was released on other platforms later. It is the first of the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance spin-off series from Baldur's Gate, obviously. I played this game once before with a friend. It's another one of those like Western RPG, plays pretty well when just really fun mechanics.
The arcadey, like... Yeah.
Just good stuff.
Another classic. Classic. It's surprising 3 of this type game came out this year.
And all of them are pretty fondly remembered in some form. Darkstone less than the other 2, I'm gonna be honest, but like all 3 of them.
Oh yeah. Definitely Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
And then Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Yeah, are like definitely the stronger of the 2 as far as like what people remember. And yet, surprisingly, that's not the series that like or type of game that got released to death. But we're not there yet.
It's not. And then also on the 4th was Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy for PS2, the next Naughty Dog game after the Crash games that they made on PS1. This is their big entry into PS2, and it is pretty fucking big deal.
Smash.
This
month is kind of crazy.
I played this game. I haven't played the sequels, but I liked the Precursor Legacy.
It's really good. Like, it's, some would say, the best game in the trilogy. Depending on my mood, I agree. But I like the 2nd and 3rd games a lot too. So
it's crazy how big and open the exploration is for a 3D platformer in 2001 on the PlayStation 2. Like, this was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Shit. So, yeah.
Speaking of groundbreaking emphasis on shit,
we had on the 11th. Remember how I said that Mega Man X5 was not the only Mega Man X game? We got Mega Man X6 on the PS1, which is not well regarded within the fandom at all. It wasn't supposed to come out. They brought back a villain that they tried to kill to end the series. Here he is again.
This might be the worst game to come out this year. This, like, I can't think of a game that we have named
worse than Simpsons Wrestling
that could possibly be worse than Mega Man X6.
Worse than Simpsons Wrestling. You're
Okay,
like,
between those two.
you're like, I gotta think about this.
It's close though. Like Mega Man X6 is a fucking miserable experience. It's like the Sonic 06 of Mega Man games.
That's
Mega Man
something.
X.
It's bad.
6 stream when says Al.
Yeah.
After I do the first 5.
All right. On the 12th, there was the release of Shadow Hearts on. I put PS1. I did not mean to put PS1. I meant PS2. That is
It's
a PS2
game.
Exactly. Shadow Hearts.
I was like,
is
what?
Yeah. No, I caught that. When I saw that, I was like, that's wrong. Shadow Hearts is another early RPG for the PS2. So it was a pretty notable one because it was an early entry into the genre for the system. So yeah, it's here on the 12th of December. On the 17th, we had, this was honestly a very niche, not well-known title, but I just thought it was fun just because of the circumstances. Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land on the PS2, which is, as its name implies, a spin-off of the Wizardry series. I just thought it was interesting because outside of Europe, it was published by Atlas. I just thought that was
means
neat.
If you try to buy it, it's worth like
$1 million
more than it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm like eBay search it right now.
I am genuinely interested in what the prices are for this game because, like you said, yes, Alice games are stupid.
Disc only, $35.
Oh, okay.
So not that bad.
Not terrible for a game that came out in 2001.
There's a complete copy listed for $75.
That's more than a full retail game today for current gen platforms. So that is a little bit, yeah.
There's a couple missing manuals that are going between $35 to $50 plus shipping.
Yeah.
And the shipping is about $10 on those, so yeah. It's, like I said, about 85% markup because Atlas is in the corner.
Exactly.
If you cut that out, it goes down in price a little bit.
Yep. And then the last notable release I could find on in December on the 18th was Final Fantasy X for the PS2 because it's Final Fantasy X. It was another one of the PS2's biggest games. So,
what a fucking year.
Yeah, so let's just give a quick summary of our personal thoughts on the year. Jack, 2001 as a whole, notable stuff from you that sticks out. How do you feel about 2001?
2001 was a crazy year, honestly. There's a shit ton of shit that came out, and a lot of good shit. Like Paper Mario is a huge one. Fucking Pikmin, Jak and Daxter. The launch of the GameCube and Xbox. You had Halo. You had Luigi's Mansion. You had Super Monkey Ball. You had fucking Sonic Adventure 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Devil May Cry, fucking Ico. There's so many good games. So many fucking crazy good games that came out in this year. It, like, very, very stacked, all things considered. I don't know if I could think of a quick, like, top 5, but it's probably something like Tony Hawk 3, no, I can't do this that quickly, honestly.
Yeah. I can't blame you.
But there's too many to choose from.
Yeah. 2001 has been known as a stacked year for gaming, and like I'm sure I might have missed some stuff here and there, like games just that weren't at all relevant to us that are still kind of relevant to somebody else. I'm sure. I mean, I tried to include what I could, but like this is like I mentioned this off stream. We have releases on Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, then you had releases on PS1 and 64, Dreamcast, PS2, and then you had Xbox and GameCube. So many platforms getting supported this year, and all of them are getting good games. Like, it's not like any of these are like really like falling behind. Like, all of these are getting good games. The Dreamcast got discontinued and it was still getting good games. Like, I do see that like 2001 was a cracked year. Like when you see like the meme image where like you have like people like quoting Avatar and they're like, long ago the four nations lived in harmony, and it was like the brief window where like the Dreamcast was still at market alongside PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Like this is it. And every system had great games this year. So like, definitely was one of those years where like, didn't matter whether you were entering the new generation or staying behind for the old one. You were set. You were served some good shit. So yeah, I will definitely say, like, looking back, like, I can see now why a lot of people praise this year. Lennon?
Paper Mario.
That's all you need.
Mic drop.
Full send. I will do Jack's top 5.
Yeah.
Though, because my sum up of the year is pretty quick. All right. I mean, you can correct me. This is not necessarily in order.
This is just
Okay.
like your. Oh,
These
this
are
is
the
oh, no, you're
5
saying
I
Jack's.
think.
You're saying Jack's top
this
5.
This is Jack's
Okay.
top 5, not my top 5. This is Jack's top 5 because that's
Okay.
more
Okay.
interesting. Okay, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3,
Okay.
Klonoa 2, Ico.
Okay.
Once again, not necessarily in order. We've got, I was gonna say, Jack and Daxter, and then probably Melee.
Okay. I would probably swap out Ico for Wario Land 4.
Oh, that's right. I missed that one. Yep.
Honestly, you did get 5 really good titles that are still high up on his
You,
list
like,
somewhere.
honestly, like, I could...
Honestly, if you like,
it's
if
tough,
you,
honestly,
if-
because, like, I could...
if we
I could
asked you
just as
today,
easily-
and if we asked you another day, these answers could be different.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I could just as easily have Pikmin or Jack and Daxter in my top 5.
Yeah.
It's not fully incorrect. Like, those are 5 games that I love, but, like, yeah, it's hard to choose. There's so many good ones that came out
If
this
I
year.
could go to 8, it would have been Pikmin. I just forgot Wario Land. I would have said that much higher, and then probably Paper Mario.
Yeah, I mean, Paper Mario is definitely up there for sure.
It's up. It's at least a top 10 for you in this year.
I mean, I possibly top 5 if I like really thought about it. But
If you
like,
asked
I don't know.
him on
I
a
would have to
different
think
day.
about it. If you ask me on a different day, who knows?
Obviously, I can do Clouds real quick. Easy. You know what?
Okay,
I'm gonna skip numbers. I'm gonna make this one in order from bottom to top.
Oh,
All right,
no.
ready?
Okay.
Oh no!
All right.
Confident.
All right, number
He did
5.
he did an honest thing for Jack. I'm wondering what he's thinking for me.
All right, number 5. We're gonna have Digimon World 2. Boom.
Never
Classic.
played it. Never played it.
Hasn't played it yet, but it's a classic. All right. Number 4. Alone in the Dark: The New Nightmare.
Never played
Classic.
it.
Haven't played it yet. All right, number 3. Kessen 2, baby.
Haven't played it yet.
Classic.
Tekken.
Hasn't played it yet. All right. Number 2. You know what? I'm going to have to throw it. I'll have to throw it to his number 2 is going to be Shadow Hearts for the PlayStation 1. Classic. Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Haven't played it yet.
Doesn't exist. And number 1, obviously, to close out this whole segment. Say it with me, Jack. You know what it is.
Simpsons Wrestling.
RuneScape.
RuneScape?
I was thinking Mega Man.
Because
But
clearly
I like Simpsons Wrestling.
Okay.
I was gonna say. I mean, the level 2 shade.
The level 2, but that was from a different version of RuneScape. so
True.
I thought it was a
Doesn't-
level 1 shade.
Was it?
it was a level 1 shade, and
Yeah.
it was from newer RuneScape. So
Yeah.
Anyway, The Simpsons. It was a mixture of The Simpsons Wrestling inside of Mega Man 6X X6.
Oh god.
A
what
mini game.
nightmare.
They just put that in there. Anyway,
Oh,
it's a.
gross. I think I threw up in
It's a
my
pretty
mouth
good
a little
list.
bit.
I think it's a pretty good list for you.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. But
I think it did pretty
yeah,
good.
it's 2001, pretty crazy year. Yeah, that's everything. We managed to cover everything and still, not only decent time, but do have something to say about pretty much everything that came up that was of note. So yeah.
God, Spider-Man 2.
Enter Electro.
Enter
Electro.
Ooh, classic.
Spidey's inside story.
Spidey's Inside Story.
Now, I don't know if you were going to share anything about what you've been up to, Landon, but I told Jack earlier before you came back that I didn't really have much to say. Like, the stuff I'm playing right now, I can talk about another time because it's stuff that came out this year. So, like, if I don't talk about it now, I can talk about it next episode. I could talk about it at the 2025 year in review. Doesn't have to be talked about tonight.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's notable is
Oh, I watched.
Did you guys have a fun Halloween?
I watched an anime movie for Halloween because my girlfriend Allison, she was like, you know what, we should watch.
Blue.
Yeah, we should watch we should watch like a horror movie or thriller movie. And I decided I kind of want to watch an animated one, so let me see what people are saying are like good ones. And I spotted something named Perfect Blue, so I decided to watch that. That even as a 33-year-old man, that movie fucked with my head.
Hell
and
yeah.
It was 10 out of 10.
It's
absolute
crazy.
10 out of 10 absolute cinema. Fucking phenomenal movie.
It really is.
I will say
fantastic.
It does have some moments that are a little uneasy for like a modern audience to watch. Like, you have to go in being able to like understand that and like just kind of. But it
has a pretty popular following, I would say.
It's a really good movie, just of how it's executed. Like, it's really good. I enjoyed it. I liked how like there's a part where, because the way the movie is made, they're trying to make you like feel like you're the character that they follow. So like there's a part where like there's constantly shit happening and then the character's waking up and like it Groundhog Days this for like several days, and like I was just as lost as the character, which I know is exactly what they wanted me to feel.
Mm-hmm.
So expertly executed movie. I loved it. It was good.
Jack, did you do?
I don't really have too much to add. I had a good Halloween. I mean, I streamed Costume Quest, and afterwards I got a Little Caesars pizza and just kind of chilled out by myself because Bethany closed that night. So I was just I'm hanging out alone on Halloween. But no, it was fun. I mean, I worked, but it was the stream was good, and we had a good finale to Spookfest. I got the VOD on YouTube. Probably the quickest I've ever had a stream VOD go on YouTube.
You had it out like an hour or two later. Like, I saw the notification.
Yeah, it was on.
Like, what?
It was. I had it scheduled for 11:45 p.m., which is like the latest in the day you can schedule and upload, just because I wanted to make sure that it was like finished processing. And then like 11:59 p.m. in the announcements, I'm like, hey, here's the Costume Quest finale. Happy Halloween.
We're done.
You got it in. You snuck it in there.
Yep.
Even though I have 3 more hours.
Yeah. Well, he has 3 more hours, but Jack did not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
For my time zone.
I would have been fine if you.
And even worse, it was already November 1st for a couple of our server members. Rip.
Damn. We'll just have to.
Do you have a good Halloween, Landon?
Change. Yes, yes. It was the girls' first. We went up to see my grandmother in her assisted living house. So we did trick or treating indoor and outdoor. It was pouring rain, which was cool.
That sucks.
Yeah, so
we actually had good weather here this year.
Yeah, we did not, and we were fine because we were indoors doing the trick or treating, not outdoors. So it could pour down. Let's see. They were an owl and a fox, and Kari dressed up as a deer, and I got to wear a bear onesie. So we were woodland creatures for Halloween, and then I get to decide the next Halloween theme. So
Trails characters.
Now remember, this has to be like. I'm like putting
cheap.
No time or effort into this.
You could be the Gabagool.
We could all go as Gabagool.
Yeah.
So
you could be the Gabagool.
That's ideas. And then we watched Godzilla, 1954, fucking classic. And then the next day we watched Godzilla Raids Again, and less classic. It is. Definitely feels like a rushed movie.
Which movie again?
Compared to the first. Godzilla Raids Again. It's the one where
Raids Again?
It's the second. Raids Again.
Raids Again, okay.
Yeah, it's the second movie where he fights Anguirus. Yeah. It's okay.
I definitely have not. This one does not ring a bell for me, and probably for good reason. I'm sure that when they did reruns of all the other stuff, they were like, let's not rerun this one.
Yeah, it was. I would say it was because I remember I had a big box set of VHSs back in the day, and this was not on it, and for good reason. In America, it was called Gigantus, the Fire Monster. So I don't know if that rings a bell, but that's what it was called in America when they did U.S. Original U.S. postings for it. But it was a Godzilla movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like if you're a Godzilla fan or Godzilla curious,
it's one of those things where it's like if you want to be like a fan of it and like indulge, just go into it knowing it's not good.
Yeah, it's not as good because they took the original director for like the human like aspect like off. So it still had the visual, like the special effects director was the same as the first one. So like a lot of that holds up, but like the whole like human subplot is like wildly different and kind of worse because of that. But it's
anything
fine.
else for Halloween?
Halloween, no. It was just those. The girls started screaming because we went to their other grandparents, and they didn't like that. They wanted to go home and watch Godzilla, which is fair.
Hell yeah.
One day in the distant future, they'll learn to scream on the inside.
Yeah, and we'll all be better for it.
I can hear Landon screaming on the inside right now. You can hear it too.
Yep.
All right, that's it. Thanks
it
for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Roll the outro. Bye.
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 Ah! Thank you for listening to the Gaming Stooges Talks podcast. If you enjoyed us, consider subscribing to our podcast RSS feed or follow us on youtube.com/GamingStooges and twitch.tv/GamingStooges for more gaming content. If you'd like to chat with us, join our Discord. The link can be found in the episode description. We also want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. Your continued support means a lot to us. Not already one? Please take a look at what we have to offer anyone who becomes a patron at patreon.com/GamingStooges. See you next time.